And then, of course, so too would the New York Giants, wouldn't they? Well, you have to draft midgets for the New York Giants because you can't be all right. You see the problem with that? I don't know about you guys, but I want a 295 to 320 pound offensive lineman in front of me if I'm chucking that ball as quarterback. Damn straight I do. Do I want a 70 pound midget? Nope. Can he do the job? Nope. An offensive lineman is a mountain of a man for a reason. The other team has to climb that mountain before they can get to the quarterback. Well, unless, of course, you're the Seattle Seahawks. Sorry. Can midgets do that job? No, they can't. They just can't. A 60 to 90 pound midget on an offensive line for the New York Giants? Can you say skid mark? After the 1st and 10, he would be a stain on the field, wouldn't he? Yeah. And that's what I think about every time I hear about women going to train as U.S. Navy SEALs. Or women going to Ranger School. Sorry. You don't fit that bill. Next window. Well, if you can believe it or not, some of the other names for the replacement of the Washington Redskins are Washington Power. Yes, the city's all about power and having a name that doesn't end in S and oh so trendy. Yeah, no. How about one of my personal favorites, the Washington Redskin Potatoes? Well, sorry, that's not going to work, Washington, because, well, in New Jersey, retard is banned, and, well, potato is actually another slang word that's used quite often in place of retard. That kid's just a potato. Means he's dumber than wood. Okay, he just sits there and drools. Well, the Washington Redskin Potatoes, ooh, that's bad. That's a whole team of retarded kids. We can't have that. And it goes on, doesn't it? Well, maybe if we went, I don't know, fictitious. Maybe if we went fantasy. Let's think of, I don't know, the Washington Dragons. Because, you know, Snyder probably played a lot of D&D as a kid, right? Oh, but let's think back to Dungeons and Dragons, shall we? Let's see. If I remember correctly, if you played Dungeons and Dragons, well, to a Christian, especially a born-again, you were dealing in secular, satanic stuff. You were conversing with the devil if you played that. Yeah. Right? So the Washington Dragons probably won't work because now you're going to piss off all the Bible thumpers. Well, what if we go just simple? How about we go to Washington Skins? Yes. Well, the Washington Post today suggested making the name refer to people of all races with a many-colored logo. Yes, I'm sure that intimidation factor when they go up against the LA Raiders. Yes, those big black boys in the big black gear and the big black face masks. They're going to be real scared with the Washington Rainbow Troop, aren't they? Because again, what? Football is manly. It's testosterone-fueled. You know, I'm surprised women haven't shut football down long ago. But wait, thinking about it, they will never shut down professional football. Sorry, ladies. You know why? Well, there's too much money at stake, isn't there? Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. There's too much money at stake. Sorry, no, we're not doing that. In fact, when it comes to the baseball league there, I'm really surprised that the Cleveland Indians even entertained any of this because, hey, you know, think about it. We've got that movie with Charlie Sheen there. That was the Cleveland Indians, wasn't it? I don't know. What the hell was it? Milwaukee? Who knows? I don't know. I don't actually pay attention to movies. It's just mindless stuff to wash over you after a long work day, isn't it? Yeah. So, is there any end to this? Really, is I guess the next question. So many things we're not allowed to say, so many things we're not allowed to, of course, do or engage in, so many things that if we say them or do them, we risk getting fired from our jobs on Twitter. Yeah. How many people have lost their jobs by making tweets that they thought were otherwise innocuous, only to wake up to a flood of emails and news crews hounding them for interviews about their, little tweet that went viral the night before because millions of morons out there got offended and made it go viral. Yeah. What about all that? Are some of you sitting out there going, "Oh yeah, I was partially responsible for that. I'm glad they changed that. We're going to be better off now." Yes, we are. The world is going to be a brighter place to live in now because I've banned the word retard, or I've stopped smoking in this public place, or all public places for that matter. What the hell? There's some states that actually have the laws where you can't smoke in your car anymore. Yeah. And the rest of them, of course, have the laws where if you have children under 12, you can't smoke in your car anymore. It's either or. There's no state anywhere now where you can just, do like Dennis Leary did there and just hop in his Cadillac and pound down his McDonald's while smoking and drinking his fifth of Jack and cruising down the highway, littering everywhere. No. Can't have that anymore. No. This is America, after all, the home of the free, land of the brave. Why would we be allowed to do something like that? Oh, my. To quote my good friend George Takei. Well, America, I think, needs to lose the fake outrage. I think it's time that we lighten up and stop apologizing, full stop. I just let's have an amnesty, shall we? From the left and the right, on every made-up, fake, totally insincere, play-acted, hurt, insult, slight, and affront. If you hear something you don't like on TV or in a movie or on the radio or in print somewhere, you just change the channel or leave the theater or stop reading the paper or... Do you know what I mean? So many people, especially in radio, I hear this all the time, hate Rush Limbaugh. Well, my personal opinion of Rush is there was nothing... How do I put this so I don't offend anybody? Oh, wait, I don't care. Rush Limbaugh is just this guy who's like, 400 pounds in his chair? Sitting in front of this $8,000 Neumann microphone? Like he's got something? I've never seen the attraction to this guy. I've seen him on TV a couple of times. He was talking about something with Mitt Romney or some other thing with Bush or, I don't know. He's always talking. I never see him do anything. Never once have I seen him at a, some sort of feed the hungry charity or doing anything worthwhile on his radio, television / whatever show. I never see that. But just because I didn't find anything attractive about Rush Limbaugh to sit there and listen or watch more, well, that's me. Yeah, I turned him on. Nothing interesting. I'm going to move on. But more and more, since those first times that I was exposed to his stuff, the hate that's out there over Rush Limbaugh. I don't know. What, are we bored? We got nothing better to do than sit there and hate on this fat guy who has an opinion about politics? To my way of thinking, if you don't like what Rush Limbaugh says, why are you listening? There's a good question. Don't listen. If we sand down our rough edges and drain all the color, emotion, and spontaneity out of our discourse, we will wind up with bland, empty, platitude, spouting, focus group approved leaders. In other words, we'll get Mitt Romney. I don't know really why. People go on about all this stuff. If you really had a problem with the police killing that unarmed teen, in Ferguson, Missouri, it seems to me you could have done something more constructive than burn down a bunch of shoe stores and sell Air Jordans for $100 on eBay. It seems to me like you're not, that's not anything proactive. No. But you did it why? You did it in the name of a dead black teen boy. How does that make you feel? Apparently in the pursuit of being PC. Apparently in the pursuit of, quote, justice. You go and commit crimes. That's what you do. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I'm pretty sure it's not looting and leveling a city with a bunch of destruction and violence. I'm pretty sure it's not calling out Whitey for the problems of the black man. I'm pretty sure it's not completely sweeping under the carpet World War II and wondering why everybody's, talking about all this Auschwitz stuff on the anniversary of. Well, of course, you don't know why. The education of all about why was swept under the carpet. You don't get that in school. So, there it is. We hide away and tuck away neatly and put in these little shelves and drawers all the stuff that's so offensive. It's become a habit. And now, of course, where does that ultimately leave us? Well, now we're finding ourselves in a society of communist Russia. Reporting people for things they tweet and say on Facebook. Things that we say on Facebook and in our social media get thrown in our face in some unrelated court case down the road. Nude photos we take of ourselves as teens now and share with our boyfriend and girlfriend because we can't get enough because our hormones are raging, end up in the hands of some pedophile somewhere in Florida, and all of a sudden it's the teen's fault. The more time goes on, the more and more things that come up pertaining to this political correctness we're all supposed to have, you can actually gauge at the same time the same climb in numbers of the more screwed up stuff that we face as a society almost every day. Well, gang, that is all for me tonight. I want to thank HTLA Radio 1 New York, of course, New York's best talk, for having me on here on my Tuesday night slot. Special thanks to all the 247 million new listeners out in iHeart World, as we are now an iHeart Radio member, of course, yes. Yes, and iTunes and anywhere else incredible audio is sold. There you go. Once again, need to mention that this episode was brought to you by Tim Hortons New York City. Check them out. 8 locations in the city to serve all your coffee and baked goods needs. And, of course, PreSonus for the 24/4/2 Studio Live mixer we use in each and every broadcast here at HTLA. What else? Anything else? No. Hey, well, stay tuned. Coffee and cigarettes coming up tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern.